Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Sousou of Frieren season 2 episode number 7 reaction. Right, the previous episode we went to a village where the demons had attacked. Jinao and Methode were already over there trying to take care of the whole situation, but it was too late. The village was, destroyed. It was Jinao's hometown, and like he saw a person who he considered friend lose his life literally in front of him. And yeah, and Frieren's group also came here, and now apparently the one who took like who destroyed all of these, this village, was this one demon. I forgot, did they mention his name? I've forgotten if they mentioned his name. I think they mentioned. But yeah, like that demon is our target now. So, and it looks like Jenao had some kind of a history with that demon, because he kind of like looked a little bit vexed when brought up that, like demon was brought up. So maybe like some past encounter or something, who knows? We'll see. So yeah, let's begin episode number 7. I will put the timer over here. Sync your original video alongside the timer, with the timer, and watch it alongside my reaction. And yeah, let us get started. Okay, here's the countdown. Three, two, one, go. Divine revolt. Revolt? Revolte? What? Okay. Oh. Oh. Right. Hmm. Uh, okay. Interesting question. Oh, this. Damn. Oh. Oh, so that's how he knows. Okay, that demon. Hmm, that loves fighting more than. Oh, right. Hmm. He didn't say anything about himself, so he considered himself person who's perfect for the northern plains. Right. Oh. Demon General. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess something like that. Hmm. Oh damn. Hmm. Yeah. Ah, good point. Yeah, you don't really know how to, counter that. Oh, is this the person? Revolte. He, he's blindfolded? Yeah, this freaking Uraha. Oh boy, that's a cool way of taking out your swords. Damn. Okay. Well, hmm. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like they kept the bodies over there. Oh. Oh. Wait, so they're gonna start. Hmm. Well, it's called illogical for a reason. You, there's no reason for it. That's why it's illogical. Scientific demon who studies humanity. Who? Hmm. Oh, the other two. Okay. Maybe he knows that revolt is going to come here and try to attack them. That's why he's staying here. Oh, start going to say. Right. Yeah, I guess. Oh. Or fly. Yeah. Hmm. Alright, so it's gonna be Stark and Genau versus Revolte. Damn. Hmm. Hmm. Well, you're questioning it, so that in itself shows that, you know. Okay. Hmm. The little head nod. Yeah. All right. Well, right. She looks like a dog with ears. Wow. Well, Fern is younger. What the? Oh! Of shell. That's a useful one. How the hell is she doing it while walking? And right. She's like, bruh. She's like, I need to bring more grimoires. Oh lord. Okay. Yeah. Oh god. Oh damn. Damn. Wait. What the hell is this? Oh, wait. Okay. They're the ones who use the. Right. Can we trace back like them? Hmm. Okay, these two. Nibiladora. Oh, it's a fog. Right. Damn! Oh, yeah. Yeah. Tall one. Wait, who? Methode? Yeah, I guess Methode is the tallest one. Yeah, okay. Something. Yeah. 40 years ago. Hmm. So is this something they're born? There you go. They're born with it. Kind of, I guess. Yeah. Oh, she reminds me of a different uh, show. She reminds me of Tamamu Arya um, from Fate. Right. Damn. Okay. He's what? He's using fog to attack? What the hell? Oh boy. Yeah. Oh. 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 I thought the enemy was here or something. Oh boy. Hmm. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Weight of the sword. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you can just change it while based on like, like when you're attacking and. Hmm. Oh, is he's here. So is this Revolte here? He said he was gonna come here. Oh, there he is. Oh, damn. No introduction, nothing. Just attack. Oh, the saw you're blindfolded. What the hell? Oh boy. Well, you don't need to need. Yeah, you're the one to say that. Nope. No conversation with demons. Okay. Damn. Oh god. Yeah, this is very difficult because he has four swords. Okay. He did say that he didn't need another person to. Oh. Oh, he increased the weight. Oh, damn. Oh, what the hell? Damn. Interesting magic. Oh. Right. There you go. That was today's episode. Right. So today we split up into two groups. One group which consists of Genau and Stark is going to stay at the village protecting the bodies, while the other group, which is Frieren, uh, Fern, and Methode, uh, on the way to that fort. So we bump into, like, not two, yeah, I guess two groups, like one group of demon and the other one was Revolte on his own. I don't know where that kid is. There was that little demon that we saw along with Revolte. Maybe he or she, I'm not sure if that's a male or a female, was is here somewhere, maybe from a distance, like, like keeping an eye or whatever. But those were the demons that we saw today. Now we have, obviously, Methode fighting, not Methode, sorry, Revolte fighting Stark and Genau. So obviously Stark being the, like the physical attacker, the defender or whatever you can call him, he is going to try to help out Genau. While Genau himself, he said that he himself is like pretty proficient in close combat, so he technically didn't need anyone, and he mentioned that before as well. So I guess we'll see in the next episode exactly what type of, like we did get a little bit of glimpse as we saw um, his power, and in season one as well. I guess we did see him in action, but like proper action, like I'm saying, like the amount of the abilities that he's going to show will definitely be way more and way more serious than what he did in the test. So, like here we'll probably see his true potential and why he's like, like a first class mage. And what he showed was like he brought out like wings. So we'll see in the next episode what exactly that does. Um, right. Either way, yeah. So that was Geno and Stark. Now here you can see Geno before, like, becoming a team with Methode. The person that Geno like was a team with, he was the one who died in the hands of Revolte. So you can say that he has a personal like vendetta against Revolte, which we kind of saw in the previous episode in itself, and here in today's episode it was also pretty obvious. He himself is kind of denying it, but obviously it's pretty obvious he does feel like the need to avenge his friend. Um, so that is why, like, for all those reasons, he decided to stay. Like, obviously he wanted to protect the bodies as well, but at the same time he probably wanted to face Revolte himself, and that's why he stayed here, expecting Revolte to come. And yeah, Revolte came here. As we saw, Revolte said that whenever in these type of situations, human beings are weird. They stay back. At least a few of them stay back, protecting the bodies, and I'm going to go and take them out. So now he's here. Now that was Revolte and like them. Frieren and Frieren, Fern, and Methode, they got paired up the battle against these two other demons. One of them is this male demon who has this, the staff. I forgot what they're called. The one that he had it with it. It has a particular term. I don't remember. But anyways, monks carry them. He has that, while we have the other character who is this demon or demoness, this girl. She has the katana, so she will be fighting with Methode, while this guy is going to, this demon is going to fight Frieren, not Frieren. Because Frieren, it seems like Frieren is like going to stay back this time. He's like, oh, Frieren, you can handle it. Like, I know you can. Come on. Yeah, because like I said, I guess, like, if Frieren like intervenes here, I think the battle will be very easy. Like, Frieren, like nobody really was able to be a threat towards Frieren up until, you know, we saw, like, up until, like, we're continuing. The only one character who was a threat to Frieren was Frieren herself in the first season. If you remember the whole, uh, exam. So, like, if she intervenes here, I feel like the battle will be over very quickly. Like, so yeah. Now, like, I feel like this is going to be like a thing. Obviously, like, Frieren will probably never really intervene that much in these battles until it's really necessary, because like, we are here seeing like, like, Fern and Stark's growth. If Frieren intervenes and, like, destroys every single enemy that comes towards their way, then these two will never be able to grow. So for now, at least, I think, like, Frieren will never not become like a big part of, like, a battle in a serious manner. She will probably, like, assist here and there, but that will be the extent to it. I don't know, like, what happens later, but I feel like in the later part of the story, when more, like, stronger demons are going to come, we'll probably see, little by little, we'll probably see Frieren's actual strength, like, in its full potential. But that's for way later, I think, not now. Because, these, I don't know how strong these enemies are, these demons are, but I don't think any of them can hold a candle towards against Frieren. That's what I think. Might be wrong though. I'm not exactly sure about Revolte though, because Revolte technically fights like melee, like, like, close combat. So it's like a bad matchup against Frieren. So there is a possibility that Frieren might struggle because of that. But then again, this is Frieren, so like I said, I just have a hard time, like, imagining her struggle against something. So I'm not really sure. But these two, I think, Frieren herself is probably enough for these two. But she's gonna be like a mentor, and she's gonna be stay back and probably, like, see how Fern holds her own against these two. Like I said, one is missing. That other demon, um, I'm assuming he or she probably followed Revolte, and they're here somewhere. Not really showing their, like, not really coming in front of them, but they're probably here. I don't know. Either way, we'll have to deal with these four demons now. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Next episode will probably be full battle, like, okay. Now, other than that, we saw a few other things in today's episode. For example, Genau and Methode getting paired up, and Genau telling Methode about, what do you think? Am I a good? No, do you consider yourself a good person? And he then says, like, I had this, my other partner who died. He was a very good person, and like, and he in the end died protecting a child, and all these things he was saying. Later on, we get to see Genaus also talk to Stark about it, and he tells how he considers himself, like, someone who's not good compared to everyone else. But then Stark is like, but I think you're also a good person. At which he answers that the amount of things that he has done, like abandoning, like, people in need, and a lot of other things, like, like, to complete the mission and what is necessary, it, like, you cannot, he doesn't consider himself a good person in that way. But like, but again, Stark also said that, but at the same time, you are staying here, you're here protecting these bodies, and at the same time, it seems like you also want to, avenge your friend as well, like, all these things. So yeah, like that's the thing, like, Genau, I guess one thing he said is true, which is, like, it probably did affect him, like, like, fighting like this and doing all of these things, like, seeing so many deaths at, in front of his eyes, probably kind of, changed something within him, not in a good way. He probably became a little, like, used to seeing death. But getting used to seeing something doesn't mean that you're not affected by it. You might be getting used to seeing death, but at the, I still think there is a part of you still getting affected by it. Like, like, for example, like if you're getting used to like withstanding pain, you know, you might become more tolerant towards it. You know, you might be able to like, at the very beginning maybe you're like gritting your teeth trying to bear that pain. Now since you're getting used to it, you don't have to grit your teeth, you can just keep a straight face. But does that mean it's not hurting? Obviously not, it's still hurting. You know, your pain receptors are still working. It's just that you got more like accustomed to bearing it. That's all. The damage that it is doing is still doing it, you know, inside. So I don't know, that's just what I think. Like, you know, it's just that he got used to it and he got more tolerant towards it. But that doesn't mean that that's not affecting him, because as we can see, like, you know, it is clearly affecting him, because he has been talking about his friend, the villagers. In the previous episode as well, he talked about that guy who died in front of him, you know. And he's kind of taking this, you know, like you can see like he's getting affected by it. But he thinks that he's not, you know. And that's the thing here, like he's not able to, I guess, like, you know, recognize that he is feeling pain. And that makes him think that he's probably not a, you know, like a good person and all that stuff, you know. But either way, that's, you know, like that's the thing with Jenao. uh right. Um, Now let's talk about Revolte. And there's not really much to talk about Revolte, because the brief, that little amount that we saw him, he was talking to this other demon, this little demon kid. And this demon kid was like, oh, like, you know, like, oh, what should we do now? And he was like, oh, we're going to go back over there because I know there will be people there staying, protecting the dead body. Like, human beings are weird, you know, like that. Um, and yeah, that I guess that's all that we saw of him. He also, oh, another thing I forgot to mention. I'm going to talk about that. The way he fights, so he brings out swords through magic, as you saw. Like he kind of like made those swords out of magic and grabbed them with his forearms. Um, he can change the weight and the properties of the sword. So he can make them feather light, extremely heavy, sharp, I guess dull as well, maybe, you know. Probably. Like, I guess if it's something to do with the sword, he can probably change it. Because, you know, he's literally making the sword with magic, which makes sense. So, you know, like, he probably, like, swing around the sword, or, I don't know, like, make it feather light, and just swing around the sword pretty easily. But then, while attacking, and when it's going to come in contact with the enemy, he can just change the weight, which is what he did, as we saw. He can change the weight so that the momentum increases and it hits the enemy hard. He can make it extremely sharp as well, you know, lightweight and extremely sharp. You know, like combinations like this he can also probably use, I guess. um so yeah, that's what he does. And now another thing that they mentioned here is that this is going to be a tough battle in itself, because, you know, the enemies that we fight are, you know, like demons. We fought demons as well, but they have like usually like have like two hands and two legs, right? And they either use magic or use swords or whatever. This is a very like different situation, because this enemy is using four swords at the same time. So the whole attack pattern is different here. As we saw, he is kind of using both the hands to like sweep the ground, and he's like kind of like layering it up, one up on top of the other, so that it kind of hits like this. You know, so you can like, dodging it is getting more difficult. And, you know, like you don't really know what to anticipate, because, you know, like fighting two-handed swords is fine, one sword's fine. What are you gonna do when there's like four? Like, you know, like the amount of possibilities also increase, like how you can swing them, how you can, you know, like kind of change their direction or whatever to attack in different patterns. Like the more the hands increase, the more the patterns will also increase, the way you can fight. So, oh boy, this is like a whole ass nightmare. Um, you know, because of the fact like this is something so completely new. But as they keep fighting, I feel like they're going to adapt to it. We'll see. Stark is kind of struggling a little bit. You saw, but I guess he was because he was also trying to protect Genao, but Genao said at the very end that, oh, you don't need to protect me. I can take care of myself. Like I can also do Cove Scotter combats. So right. So yeah, that was Stark, Genau, and Revolte, right? Yeah, Revolte. Now let's talk about Frieren's group. So Frieren's group consists of Frieren, Methode, and Fern, who are going towards that fort, right? Yeah. And at the very beginning, first section, like it's typical, like like Frieren shenanigans where Methode is like, "Oh, can I pet you?" And then she's like, "Oh, can I hug you?" Oh my god. Yeah, but then we got to meet these two. So wait, I think they mentioned their names, right? Wait a minute. Oh no, never mind. That was the name of the attack that he used. That that fog attack. Well, what did he call it? Neveladora. Right. This kind of reminds me. Like I said this before as well. Like Freedom really reminds me of like like JRPGs where you form parties and you go and do quests and all that. This Neveladora that he said, that kind of reminds me of those spells that you play in JRPGs, like like Fireaga, and then we have like healing spells like Cura, Curaga. Each and every like one has like a step up of the other, like attacks, like Thundara, or Thundaraga. So like the strongest one. Like, so I don't know. It kind of reminded me of that. So yeah. Anyways, so there's like fogs, and then there's like beams of light, like literally just dropping like lightning, and yeah. So one thing Freeman said, where Fern was like, "How can I like fight against this person? This he seems way more proficient in magic than me." At which Freeman said that, "Oh no, I think you'll be fine because you have your like basics, like polished. So I think that will be probably the way Fern could win. We'll see um, how this goes." But yeah, like I said, Frieren is there. Everything will be fine. Their group won't. I don't think their group will have a problem. But yeah, Revolte and Star's group, will have to see how this goes. So right. That was that guy. The girl, we didn't even see that much of him. She said that she's going to try and fight Methode. She's off in that direction. But wait. She also has blindfolds, right? Wait a minute. Just a minute. Let me just check. Like Revolte has a blindfold. She also has a blindfold. I think. Wait a minute. Where is she? Hmm. Yeah. She also has blindfold. But yeah, she has a katana and everything. Um. Also, another thing. She's wearing like a kimono, right? No, not a kimono. Like a dress. Like not a dress. What do you call them? Oh no, never mind. It's something else. I thought it was. Never mind. It's a different dress. Right. But anyways, interesting. Like, interesting how both she and Revolt, both of them have like their eyes closed. Like their eyes are like kind of like covered. Like I guess like for Revolt, I guess it's fine because he's more like a snake, and I think like snakes can kind of like like feel like heat, right? Like like some sort of like an like a thermal vision they have. Am I? Wait a minute. Let me just check. Let me just double check. Snake. Specialized heat sensing pit organs. Yeah, located between their eyes and nostrils, act as natural infrared cameras. So yeah, I can like for Revolte I can I can see that he probably doesn't need his eyes. He can probably feel them and he can like sense them. The girl, however, like like she looks like a normal human. But at the same time, these are not humans. These are like demons. So who knows what type of ability they have? You cannot use normal human logic here. Like, oh, since her eyes are closed, how are they? How is she seeing them? No such logic will use work here. So yeah, another thing I kind of saw. I don't know if this is any relation to like something, but Revolte's like right side has like a mark over here. It looks like a burn mark or some kind of a scar. So I do wonder if this is something that someone like put on him, like like injured him, something like that. Who knows? Oh, you know what? I think in the later, probably next episode somewhere, if he'll probably take out his blindfold if he gets serious, because technically in the silhouette that we saw in the previous episode, Revolte had, it seemed like he had like two or three eyes like this. But the fact that he's covering his eyes means he'll probably take them out if he gets serious. Or something like that. I don't know. Either way, we'll see. Like next episode we'll probably see what happens. Okay. And oh, another thing they kind of mentioned here, which was when Fern was asking Frieren about like since like usually people like the demons specialize in one type of magic, why can they fly? At which Frieren said that, oh, it's probably something. It's not probably, but she said that it is like walking to them. Like it's like natural. It just comes to them. They don't need like a special skill slot for that. Like when in JRPGs and stuff, you learn like a new spell or a new attack, and there's like four slots that is assigned to you. So out of those like four slots, you have to like choose the ones that you want to put there. So flying is not something that he needs to put in the school skill slot in a explicit manner. It's a passive. So yeah, basically it's a passive skill. Flight is a passive skill for demons, while for humans, flight is not a passive skill. It is a skill that they have to slot in. Something like that. But yeah, I feel like that's a very good way to kind of explain it. But yeah, this should be interesting. Let's see how this fight goes. It's been a while. We've gotten into like a serious fight. Like this is a serious fight. Like we've got into fights like here and there, now and then, small little stuff, squabbles and stuff. But yeah, this is serious. This is actually pretty like important. So yeah, let's see. So that is it, guys. That was my reaction to episode number 7 of Sousou no Frieren season 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.